There's been a lot of talk around the town of the season 2 of Dragon Maid getting canceled because one of the dragons just has boobies that are too big. And you know what, I'm wasting my time here. Like, who actually cares? You know? Hands up if you give a shit. I know I don't. Yeah, I thought that we'd all collectively learned as kids that we can just ignore dumbasses. But hey, based on how many videos there are about this, maybe I'm the one that's in the wrong. So let's take a look at the situation. Well, the word canceled would imply that there's some form of mass movement against this show. And you know what? If I'm gonna be honest here, I'm not seeing it. Literally, if you don't use Twitter, then you would have no idea that this was even going on because, to put it simply, no one is discussing this outside of Twitter and YouTube. It is quite literally the definition of living in a bubble. And when did we start giving so much of a shit about what 3 dumbasses on Twitter say anyway? That didn't stop the weebs of the past from enjoying their raunchy shows. And if I'm gonna be real here for a second, I don't really know why anyone cares about Dragon Maid in the first place. I know it got popular back in the day because of all the memes surrounding it, but as far as cute girls doing cute things type shows go, it's pretty average and honestly very forgettable. Although I will give it some points for having the tiniest amount of gender diversity in it. But essentially, once you've seen one of these shows, you've seen them all. I don't personally think that Dragon Maid stands out that much. But you know what? Maybe I'm wrong, because over the past week or so, my recommendations have been flooded with AniTubers screaming at me with all caps titles that Dragon Maid has been canceled and that I need to care about it. Now let me preface this by saying I'm not really a Twitter user, and honest to God, I don't really care what somebody's random ass hot takes are on the internet. Like the show or don't like the show, who gives a shit? It's not going to change anything at the end of the day. The company's still going to produce it as long as it's profitable, and I guarantee you that all of the people making these videos know that. But I have an open mind, so I'm willing to let it get changed. I've got my earmuffs with me, and I'm ready to get screamed at. So why don't we listen to what some of these people have to say?
Seeing it be talked about in this way, and seeing it be taken out of context as some terrible form of softcore CP is just incredibly disappointing, man. Because I consider it to be one of my most personally cherished pieces of media ever created.
Dude, how? Literally how? It's Dragon Maid. Okay. Look, complete disrespect intended here. How exactly is Dragon Maid one of the most personal shows to you? Like, it's one thing to like the show, but it's another thing entirely to feel that this show has changed you, made a real impact on your life. And you know what? If it has, then you might need to rethink your life again, because I'm kind of worried about what lessons you might have learned from it. This show is created to be easily digestible, relaxing, and unchallenging for the viewer. It doesn't really say anything, and honestly, it doesn't really need to, because it's not trying to be anything more than it actually is. It knows that it's just a simple slice of life, cute girls doing cute things show that had its time and place, but ultimately isn't a classic or anything that has changed the anime landscape. Which is why I'm wondering how you conveniently had slightly over 8 minutes worth of material to talk about on this. In fact, double that, make it 16 because you made 2 videos on it. And you know what? Scratch all of that out. You really didn't have 16 minutes worth of stuff to say because most of these videos was just a plot summary. And let me just be clear here, this is not isolated to this one channel. This is something that just about every single AniTuber is doing right now. So here's how I see this whole cancellation situation actually being. A bunch of Twitter addicted YouTubers saw the dumbasses on Twitter, knew it wasn't really that big of a deal in the end, but saw there being a quick check involved and decided to take it. I guess I can respect that. But mainly, I just wish that we could do so without also appearing like cringe lords in the process and larping ourselves out to be some kind of saviors of the universe. All because we protected our anime with the cute lollies. Alright guys, just felt like talking about that because I always find manufactured drama to be pretty funny. Anyway, next video is going to be, is Persona worth playing as a non-pedophile? Make sure that you subscribe to see that one, Master. Hit the bell button. Yeah.